Blessings, blessings. Bringing on our clubhouse peeps. And as we bring on our clubhouse peeps, we begin with prayer, which is your breath. Breath is a prayer, yes? We begin with your breath, deep breath. That inner abiding as source, sink into, melt into the inner abiding as source. This is our prayer, abiding, being. It is a wordless prayer, simply stillness. Being. Breathe deeply and deepen into being. Relax and let all cares, worries, concerns, thoughts slip away. They were just melting away. Melting away. Breathe deeply and remember who you are. Remember, you are a free being under no laws but God's. Breathe and remember. Breathe and remember that you came to the planet to remember. And in your remembering are the remembrances of us all awakened. Remember. And breathe. This is our wordless prayer. Abiding in great peace and infinite bliss, simply being in the stillness. And in the stillness that is source, we remember. We remember who we are. We remember. Breathing deeply, inhale through the nose, exhale with an ah. Inhale a long, slow drag in of delicious, good ass prana, baby. Inhale and release with an ah, aligning with the ah beings in the universe and intoning a sacred sound that can only remind you, your body, and your energetic system of your inherent holiness. Breathe in, big drag of air. Place awareness on the crown chakra above the head. At the top of the head and extending far beyond the head. All chakras extending far beyond the body temple. Being different in nature than the body temple. Place awareness at the crown. The energy center for connection with divine realms, one with source, angelic communication. The crown always to be acknowledged. There is a tether to the universe, invisibly, meeting us at our crown, snaking through our entire being and using the nervous system as a conduit of electromagnetic energy. You are an energy being, first and foremost. Awareness on the crown chakra. See it glowing, expansive. See yourself and your head elevated, blessing the head. See that your crown is tended to, taken care of by source as higher self. Your holy guardian angel, as we say in magic, your HGA, or an Orisha. See that there is a powerful divine being in charge of your head. This divine being has always been there, always will be, always has been, is here now. See, feel, experience, know this divine being is one with self. And if there are questions of this divine being you desire to ask them now. And listen. And breathe. This is conversation with the Holy Guardian Angel in quiet commune, in stillness and silence, above the plane of mental chatter. There exists a whole universe of life, replete with spirit's galore. It is your job to place your awareness, your attention, and therefore your energy into higher realms every day, all day. Keep an aspect of your awareness, your attention in higher realms, and approach your third dimensional life from above it, not in it. As the Christ intoned, I am in this world, yet I am not of this world. We see you here in this world, yet you are not of this world. You are now returning to home. The true self that is an energy being that is conducting an avatar on the third dimension known as the body with a personality that is not the self. It is your communication device to communicate what? Love. And in spirit realms, as you see yourself as source, communing above the body, lift your awareness up and look down and see the top of your head. Lift your awareness up and look down and see your entire body. Lift your awareness up again higher and see yourself smaller. You see that your avatar, your body, is in meditation and your awareness is above it. Lift your awareness up and higher at the ceiling. Or if you are outside toward the sky, see how tiny your body becomes. You are not a body. If you were a body, you wouldn't be able to do this. You can place your awareness anywhere right now. Test it. Place your awareness on the Eiffel Tower. Boom. You see the Eiffel Tower. You're not there. Place your awareness on the pyramids of Giza. Boom. You see them. You're not there. You can place your awareness anywhere. Completely unlimited, infinite. Now rise higher and look down at your body. Now stretch out your cosmic arms and send love to the body that is still sitting in meditation. The awareness high above, far beyond the body. Hover over your body, sending tremendous love to your body. See your body, your life, from this exalted aspect, from this exalted plane. See that as you go higher, your body becomes smaller. This is a metaphor for the spiritual life. That the higher you go in consciousness, the less the body rules. Take rulership of your body as the spirit being you are. No more ruled by the body. Take ownership, take dominion of the body so that it heeds your command, just as the chariot in the tarot. You have a chariot, the body. You command the chariot. The chariot goes nowhere of its own volition. You command the chariot. Now command the body to align with divine mind. Command the body to feel good now and always. Command the body to be flexible, limber. Command the body to be strong, powerful. Command the body to be tranquil, heart happy and peaceful, organs happy and peaceful, cells, molecules, atoms, subatomic particles happy and peaceful. Command the body temple to be healthy, vibrant, youthful, sexy. Command the body temple, healthy, youthful, vibrant, sexy. Command the body temple. This is your natural state. And as your awareness hovers above your body, sending all the loving commands to your body to perfect it according to the perfect blueprint. Now, bring your awareness slowly, slowly, slowly closer to the body. You do this every night in the dream state. Your awareness leaves the body. It is very simple, it is natural, you do it every day. It is that now you are doing it intentionally. Gently allowing your awareness like a feather to float, float, float your awareness into the body. Float your awareness to meet your body temple, your avatar. Feel your body now become a tad heavier now that your awareness has returned to the body. Feel yourself, your awareness, completely connected to the body. No staying up there when you open your eyes. Be safe on the third dimension. Be in total and full command of your body at all times as you move about the planet. Be master of yourself. Commanding blood pressure to be at its perfect pace, perfect speed, perfect pressure, perfect. And if you desire a mantra to use with the body temple, as you bring your awareness into the body temple, healthy, vibrant, youthful, sexy, healthy, vibrant, youthful, sexy, healthy, vibrant, youthful, sexy. With the words Spirit gave us today, remember, no need to put I am in front of it, because if you are not any of those things, you would get pushback from your subconscious mind. Simply say the words. Simply say the words, walk around and feel good. That's your job. Walk around and feel good. Be and feel good. Another way of saying, I am that I am. Breathe, and we prepare to receive a lesson that will undo thousands of years of guilt, eons of guilt from yourself, from self and all who desire to tap into this energy current, who can be free of guilt right here and right now. Lesson 39, my holiness is my salvation. We breathe and open our eyes in preparation to receive the word. Slowly, kindly, gently, lovingly. And we're back into the body temple. Roll yourself around a little bit. Stretch your arms up over your head. Get a nice stretch in there. Ah, ah. Curl your spine back and forward, side to side. Now twist around to the right. All the way, twist around to the left. Your spine is to go in 6 directions every day, beloved. Right, left, forward, back, twist, right, twist, left. Move your spine in 6 directions every day. I know this one almost by heart. If guilt is hell, what is its opposite? I've said this lesson thousands of times. I needed to save myself from guilt. Lesson 39. And now, set your intention now before we continue to free yourself from guilt. It's gone. Free yourself. Lesson 39. My holiness is my salvation. Say it to yourself. My holiness is my salvation. And before we go deeper into the lesson, by all means, tap, like, love right now. If you're on Facebook, tap love right now. Comment right now. If you're on YouTube, tap love, thumbs up right now. Leave a comment saying, "Good morning, I'm here, where I'm from." Comment, engage right now. If you're in Clubhouse, tap the people icon at the bottom, because what we are about to say here, everyone must hear who is inclined to receive this message in this way. Everyone's getting these lessons. We're getting these lessons in this way. Everyone's getting the lessons of love. Tap the people icon at the bottom of the Clubhouse room. We all have a shared gift and responsibility to uplift the human race by uplifting our own consciousness. If you are so kind, if you would be so kind as to share this with one person, maybe more if you have a lot of friends. Let's let everybody, help everybody be uncrazy. Share. Share, share. Send a message and share. Share, 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 share. So I'm inviting many, many, many peeps into this experience. Share. Share, share, share. Share. It's giving a gift. This lesson is so critical. It will release us from chains that we have had for eons. Share, 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 share. Okay, I've done my sharing, and send out the invitation for anyone who desires to be here. It's an invitation. Send the invitation. Please don't keep this deliciousness to yourself. I can't keep it to myself. Please don't keep this deliciousness to yourself. Please gather up your family and say, okay, every morning at 7 a.m. Eastern time, this is what we're doing. We're doing this, we're doing the meditation, and we're doing A Course in Miracles. Even if you don't stay for the discussion, every morning, 7 a.m., while the kids are getting ready, we have it playing. While we're getting ready for work, we have it on. We are listening. While we're in the car, we have it on. Be in the curriculum. Actively engage in the curriculum. Do the exercises. Be all in. Please don't be a spectator. Share with people. Talk to people about it. Get a group of people together and say, we're doing this every day. Then we're going to talk about it every afternoon. Work it. That's how the one who pours the most into it gets the most out of it. You have to pour in first. That's how it works. My holiness is my salvation. No farmer asked for a grove of apple trees. Well, farmers don't do apple trees, but I'm seeing a grove of apple trees. No one. We used to go apple picking all the time in New York City. It was beautiful. Not in New York City. When we lived in New York City, we go upstate. We would go just apple picking. There was apples everywhere. Apples, as far as I could see. No one thought that those apple trees, groves and groves and groves of apple trees, no one thought those apple trees just appeared on their own. The seeds had to be planted. We don't get a daffodil just spring out of nowhere. The seeds were planted. Plant the seeds and reap your harvest. That's how it works. I think some of us think you're just going to get a harvest, but you didn't do your seeds. Every time you share, that's planting a seed in the universe. Every time you comment, that's planting a seed in the universe. Some of you are brilliant at that. And some of you, this is an invitation. If you want it, if you want to. If guilt is hell, what is its opposite? Guilt is hell. Every time people tell me, you're going to hell for being a witch, I look around and I say, do you not notice that there are people in hell right now? How about we concern ourselves with that first before we think about what's going to happen 80, 90 years, 100 after you're here 100 years? How about we be here now and take care of people right now? Like the text for which this workbook was written, it's not that I don't care about the eternal soul. I absolutely care about the eternal soul. And what about the people that are in guilt and in hell right now? The ideas used for the exercises are very simple, very clear, and totally unambiguous. This is a simple, and clear, and unambiguous 365-day curriculum we are engaged in. Remember our mantra for the year: an untrained mind can accomplish nothing. See, the ego likes to complicate things. Another name for complication and complexity is the ego. We are not concerned with intellectual feats nor logical toys. This course is not intellectual. We may have all noticed that by now. We are dealing only in the very obvious, which has been overlooked in the clouds of complexity in which you think you think. The course is telling me that I think I think. I'm not even really thinking, because unless I have the thoughts of God, I'm not really thinking. I think I'm thinking. If guilt is hell, what is its opposite? This is not difficult, surely. It's not difficult. If guilt is hell, what is its opposite? The hesitation you may feel in answering is not due to the ambiguity of the question, but you do believe that guilt is hell. But do you believe? It's a question. But do you believe that guilt is hell? Yes, I do. If you did, you would see at once how direct and simple the text is, and you would not need a workbook at all. No one needs practice to gain what is already his. You don't have to practice to gain what's already yours. But if you think you don't have it, you need a whole lot of practice. That's why I'm practicing. Because for the parts of my mind that think I don't have it, I'm not practicing for the parts of my mind that are aligned with divine mind. I'm practicing for any shred of aspect of my mind that still doesn't think guilt is hell. Guilt is hell. We have already said that your holiness, beloved, your holiness is the salvation of the world. Your holiness. What about your own salvation? You cannot give what you do not have. That's probably why some people don't share and some people don't comment and some people don't like. You can't give what you don't have, so we're being withholders. And I was a withholder. And it was painful to be withholding, because then I'm sending an againstness, withholding energy out in the universe, and the universe can't get me something even if it wants to, because I'm the withholder. You cannot give what you do not have. A savior must be saved. Christ was helping people to understand their true divine nature because he already understood his true divine nature. How else can he teach salvation? If you're not saved, how are you going to teach it? Today's exercises will apply to you, recognizing that your salvation is crucial to the salvation of the world. As you apply the exercises to your world, the whole world stands to benefit. You cannot go out and save the world if you do not know you are holy. That's why all these revolutions seem to fail. Because people are coming at it from a sense of brokenness. I don't have something, so I need to go out and get it. That is not wholeness or holiness. That's one reason why I really love what I have been observing with the truckers, because they seem to be at peace. The energy is very interesting. It's not a violent energy, it's a peaceful energy about love and unity and restoring the rights that all people have, if nowhere else, in your own mind. And we're not here to say whether you agree with people or don't agree with people. Tap into energy. This is not an intellectual or logical exercise. This is about love, freedom, unity, peace, bliss, creativity, your true divine nature, and bringing it into this world. Doesn't this world benefit from you doing that? It says, as you apply the exercises to your world, the whole world stands to benefit. Your holiness is the answer to every question that was ever asked, is being asked now, or will be asked in the future. Your holiness is the answer to every question. What? Yes. Every question? Yes. Just chew on that. Your holiness means the end of guilt, the end of guilt, the end of guilt, and therefore the end of hell. Ooh. People are afraid of something that will never happen because hell is a completely made up human construct. And they're willing to live in hell now. Guilt. I'm so guilty. I should have never done that. Shooting yourselves, just shooting all over yourself. Oh, I should have done that. Yes, you should have, because you did it. Now, what did you learn? What came of it? What is your choice the next time? Your holiness is the salvation of the world and your own. How could you, to whom your holiness belongs, be excluded from it? God does not know unholiness. Can it be he does not know his own son? You don't know your children just because your children are dirty? Come in here and get in this bath. You don't know your children if your children have dirt on them? What if your children have on a Halloween costume? You don't recognize your kids. What if your kids put on somebody else's clothes? You wouldn't recognize your kids. You see, we're all kids, stars of the heaven, children of the stars, children of the divine, however you like to say it. We are the offspring, the cosmic roots of this whole beautiful cosmic order. So you're going to say the cosmos doesn't recognize you? How could that be possible? You came from it. Is there any way, are there any circumstances you wouldn't recognize your kids? Probably not. Just because they put on different clothes. Hey, Ma, I got on a wig. You don't know who I am, do you? Hey, Ma, I got on some glasses. This is a disguise. Boy, get over here. You know your kids. God knows you, and God cannot know unholiness. Therefore, you must be holy. It only makes sense. This is totally clear, totally unambiguous. That's what the Course said. The Course said that everything here that we are discussing is very simple, very clear, and totally unambiguous. There is nothing ambiguous about any of this. There's nothing hidden about any of this. Why don't we get it? Why don't we get it? Because we're clouded by the mind. A full 5 minutes are urged for the 4 longer practice periods. Remember, we have longer practice periods, and then we have the shorter repetitions. We have 2 kinds of exercises: the devoted exercise and the exercise where you use it continuously throughout your day. The idea for today, lesson 39, idea is my holiness is my salvation. A full 5 minutes are urged for the 4 longer practice periods for today, and longer and more frequent practice sessions are encouraged. More frequently, say it frequently. I have said this thousands of times, and I'll tell you how I came to say this thousands of times. I was in a coaching experience with Reverend Candace Ifama Barnes. Ifama is her sacred name, Reverend Candace. You saw Reverend Candace on the InnerVisions website the other day when I showed you InnerVisionsWW.com. InnerVisionsWW.com. When I showed you InnerVisionsWW.com and some of the alumni, you saw the incredible Reverend Candace Ifama Barnes at the top of the page. And this was my coach in this experience. Now, this happened over a decade ago, probably 11, 12 years ago. I think this was around 2009. Okay, we're in 2022. Oh, wow, maybe 13 years ago. And Reverend Candace Ifama Barnes was coaching me through a particularly hellacious experience I was having in my life. Like, it was falling apart. And, when you go deeper and deeper and deeper into spirituality, all of your fakeness and inauthenticity in your life starts stripping away, like those relationships that are really not authentic to their core. That fake ass job where you try to just contort yourself to somebody else's wishes and you just have to talk to yourself every day to even be there. Being inauthentic. Thank you. Inauthentic with your children, inauthentic in your friendships, not telling people the truth, not being willing to have the hard conversations, difficult conversations that sometimes you have to have with people. Say the difficult things. It makes you a bigger person. Say the hard things. Say the things in a relationship like, this is not working for me. And you can squirm when you say it. Say it. Well, I was in one of those kinds of experiences. And Reverend Candace Ifama Barnes was coaching me. And she asked me a powerful question, which all spiritual life coaches, teachers do. She asked me a powerful question. And here was the question she asked. Beloved, yes, what is at the core, the root of this? The thing I was talking about, I was going on probably about my relationship, and I have this book deal, and I'm writing a book, and the manuscript's not done yet, and then, oh my God, I gotta get this. They already gave me I was all verklempt over all the pieces over this manuscript, and I was writing a book about pure unconditional love while I was going through a relationship breakup, and it was twin flame love of my life, and oh my God, it was just. Well, let me not say the love of my life, a big love of my life, because the love of my life is source, a big love of my life. And oh my God, I was just melting down. It was just horrible, it's falling apart. Oh my God. Wow. And she said, beloved, and it was very calm, and she has this deep voice. And she said, beloved, I won't say deep, it's resounding, and it has ashe in it. What is at the core, the root of this? Like, Reverend Candace was in a way saying to me, cut the bullshit and let's get to the real deal. And she said it in such a loving, kind way. She didn't say it like that. That's what it made me do. And the word that came out, Holy Spirit said, guilt. I was like, guilt. And then there was silence. Because I was having an experience. Guilt. Yes. The Holy Spirit was like, yes, guilt. Guilt, Holy Spirit, because that's how I keep going back and forth with spirit realms, because when they tell me something and it just blows my mind, I just keep asking more questions. I'm not resisting it. I'm not fighting it. I'm gobsmacked. Guilt. Yes. And the Holy Spirit is always this very calm, non-judgmental voice. It never, and after it tells me what's going on, it never even asks me to do anything differently. That's the beauty of the Holy Spirit, because it loves you completely. So why would it think that you need to do anything different? You're the perfect child of God. You know exactly what you're doing. It doesn't need you to change. That's non-judgment. Pure unconditional love. I said guilt. Yes, guilt. And then I said, well, let me make it scientific, because I don't think we ought to simply blindly, how do I want to say this, Holy Spirit? You want to make it scientific. You want to now conduct experiments. You want to prove it to yourself. Thank you. That's it. You want to prove it to yourself. Not that you have to believe it. You don't have to believe it. You don't have to do anything with the information. Prove it to yourself. Okay, now I'm in the proving it to myself, because I am a scientist at heart. Okay, I started looking at my life. And here is what the Holy Spirit will do if you're really listening. It'll just show you instances in your life will begin to flood your consciousness. It'll just kind of parade by and you'll just look at them. I was over coffee and I was putting sugar and milk in my coffee and I was feeling guilty about how much sugar I was putting in my coffee because I should stop eating sugar. I was guilty over that. Now, was I really guilty over the sugar? No. Sugar is neutral. I was guilty over thoughts. And if I go even deeper, I was just guilty. Guilt was in the consciousness. And the Course teaches, we have guilt from separating ourselves from source and getting a body, the ultimate guilt. Yet, seemingly separating ourselves from source and getting a body. Yet, at the core of it was just a pile of guilt. And after I started seeing I was guilty if I picked my daughter up late from school, I feel so bad. Guilt was eating me like a cancer of the spirit from within. I had to do something about it. What did I do? A Course in Miracles, lesson 39. My holiness is my salvation. And she asked me in that conversation, what are you going to do about that? Because spiritual life coaches don't tell you what to do. They ask you, what are you going to do about it? Well, because you have an inner guide. Now, if you require, may I offer you something? And they might get something by inspiration, a ritual or a book or a resource. We know that you're God. You know exactly what you do. And when she asked me that, this was 13 years ago, I still remember where I was sitting in my house. I'm not even in that house anymore. And do you see that my awareness is at that house right now? Other people probably live in that house right now. And I said, A Course in Miracles, lesson 39. The Holy Spirit, well, of course, I was studying the Course in Miracles. The Holy Spirit gave me, it wasn't February. It was a different time of year. It's probably summer or whatever. It wasn't the time of year for lesson 39. You don't have to wait for February 8th or in a leap year, maybe February 7th, to do lesson 39. I took lesson 39 as a mantra. My holiness is my salvation. My holiness is my salvation. My holiness is my salvation. Every time I could feel the guilt come up, my holiness is my salvation. My holiness is my salvation. That's how I came to say this lesson thousands of times over many years. If you want to exceed the minimum requirements of 20 minutes, that's for practice periods of 5 minutes each. And then the frequent practice where you simply keep applying it throughout the day. More rather than longer sessions are recommended, although both are suggested. So if you feel that you need more practice, you want more practice, you're inspired to focus your mind on this more, you can do a longer practice period. Yet what they're offering is that rather than longer sessions, do more sessions. So frequency is preferred over duration, although both can be implemented. Begin the practice periods as usual by repeating today's idea to yourself. My holiness is my salvation. Then, with eyes closed, search out your unloving thoughts in whatever form they appear. Uneasiness, depression, anger, fear, worry, attack, insecurity, and so on. Whatever form they take, unloving thoughts, doesn't matter. Frustration, irritation, jealousy, rage, envy, insecurity, guilt, shame, unworthiness, undeservingness, unlovability, impatience, whatever form they appear, whatever form they take, they are unloving and therefore fearful. Whatever form they take, don't get yourself caught up in, well, I have to do something about my anger thoughts, and I have to do something else about my hatred thoughts. I have to do something else about my shame thoughts, and I have to do something else about my lack limitation thoughts. No, they're all unloving thoughts. Just put them in the fear basket and keep it moving. And so it is from them that you need to be saved. All your thoughts, if they're not loving, they're in the fear basket, the trash bin. Specific situations. Here we go with the specificity again. Events or personalities you associate with unloving thoughts of any kind are suitable subjects for today's exercises. You don't like my favorite person to have problems with now, or favorite people, are the people that want to keep certain things perpetuated on the planet that humanity is ready to evolve beyond. We're ready to evolve. We're learning powerful lessons. We're evolving. Not everybody wants humanity to evolve, because not everybody wants humanity to be free. Because there are some people that like being tyrants, and there are some people that like it. There a lot of us like a lot of different things that are not loving. Well, pick them. Whatever situations, events, or personalities, any of them, you associate with unloving thoughts of any kind are suitable subjects for today's exercises. It is imperative for your salvation that you see them differently. Tell yourself, it is imperative for my salvation that I see them differently. It is imperative for my salvation that I see them differently. That's what I have to do for me. And it is your blessing on them that will save you and give you vision. I gotta bless my enemies. Well, first of all, the Holy Spirit would say, you ain't got no enemies, number one. You don't have any enemies. You made that up in your head from a belief of separation. And you're blessing the all of existence. And as you bless the all of existence, that includes all, everyone, every situation, all. As you bless it all, you're saving yourself and you're getting the vision. Isn't that good for the whole? Every course lesson tells us in one way or the other that what's good for you is good for the whole. Slowly, without conscious selection, do not allow the mind to interfere in a spiritual exercise. I'm going to look at that. Oh, but not that. You're trying to get free of your mind. You're becoming free of your mind, of being a slave to the lower mind and whatever it wants to think at any given time. That's hell. And so why would you let it lead in a spiritual exercise? We can't do that. So we're not going to do that. Slowly. The mind should be asleep while you're doing this. The mind, this is a meditation. You don't need the thinking mind for this. I often tell my mind, I don't need you for this, thank you. And I just quiet it. For however long I feel like quieting it, then I hear conversation come back up again. I'm like, are you kids in there talking? Didn't I tell y'all to be quiet? Slowly, without conscious selection, and without undue emphasis on any one in particular. Don't make things or people special. Search your mind for every thought that stands between you and your salvation. Bam! I'm going to search my mind for every thought that stands between me and my salvation, me and my holiness. Apply the idea for today to each of them in this way. See, this is how you become a Christ. This is how you become a Christ, or realize Christ consciousness, or Buddha nature, or Krishna consciousness, or fill in the blank. We have said it many, many, many different ways. We're saying the same thing many, 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 many different ways because we have many, 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 many different people. And so we must say it many, many, many different ways. We like variety. We love it. My unloving thoughts about blank are keeping me in hell. Tell yourself, because they are. We might as well out ourselves. My unloving thoughts about blank are keeping me in hell, not them. They're not thinking your thoughts. They don't even know that you're thinking dagger thoughts in their direction. My holiness is my salvation. My holiness is my salvation. My unloving thoughts about blank are keeping me in hell. That's all they're doing. They're keeping you in hell and no one else. All 8.8 billion people on the planet can be dancing in heaven right now. What's the difference? In heavenly consciousness, everyone free, happy, peaceful, ordered, organized, in unity, doing the things you love doing, enjoying nature, singing, dancing, eating, dining, designing clothing. Humanity can be a complete unity and harmony with one another. All of us. It sounds like a bizarre thought, yet it is happening. It is happening. Because we're ascending and we keep seeing maybe fighting everybody all the time. It's not the way. It's not the way. Even though we do have warmongers. So if the warmongers, that's my thoughts, my unloving thoughts about warmongers are keeping me in hell and maybe helping to start the next war. Cancel, cancel. My holiness is my salvation. You may find these practice periods easier if you intersperse them with several short periods during which you merely repeat today's idea to yourself slowly a few times. Do it now. My holiness is my salvation. Slow it down, slow-mo. Slow motion left side. Come on, Infinite Waters. Talk to us. Okay. My holiness is my salvation. My holiness is my salvation. Feel it below your neck. Put it below your neck. Put it in your feet. My holiness is my salvation. Put it in the parts of your body that are doing something other than love and holiness. My holiness is my salvation. You may also find it helpful to include a few short intervals in which you just relax and do not seem to be thinking of anything. Do you see that it took almost 40 days for the Course to tell us, still your mind with no thought? It took 40 days. 40 days, because Mars Day 40. 40 is the number of transformation. 40. Now that we are on day 39 and about to embark upon the holy transformative 40, now the Course tells us you can still your mind. Maybe just relax in a few short intervals. Just relax and do not seem to be thinking of anything. Sustained concentration is very difficult at first. Yes, it is. It will become much easier as your mind becomes more disciplined and less distractible. Distraction is the plague upon humanity now. Go to this video, go to that video, go to that TikTok, go to that, go to on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Distraction. Cannot focus long enough to write a book, cannot focus long enough to edit a video, cannot focus long enough to create the vision for the retreat center, cannot focus long enough to sit in A Course in Miracles and get the whole lesson, cannot focus long enough to do the lessons, cannot focus long enough to create your dream life. Distracted, billion distractions, the billion tiny bits of minutia that eat away your life. Distraction. Get rid of it. This is what we're doing. We're helping our mind become more disciplined and less distractible. Cannot distract me. I'm on the book now. I am on the book. Oh, but there's a new TikTok. Oh, a new notification. Turn off all your fucking notifications. I don't got no notifications. I don't want to be notified about anything. Oh, you need this, you need this. You look at your phone and you got all these numbers next to each little icon. Oh my God, too much to check. You ain't got to check none of it. None of it. Do you understand social media is not necessary to your life? Even though we're on social media right now, we're using social media for our means. We're not being distracted by it throughout all the day. We're using it for the means of advancing our destiny. We're using it. We're not being used by it. Huge difference. Huge difference. Huge difference. Meanwhile, you should feel free to introduce variety into the exercise periods in whatever form appeals to you. Do not, however, change the idea itself as you vary the method of applying it. You're not putting something different and new into the recipe. You're simply applying the recipe in different and new ways. It's a powerful distinction. However you elect to use it, the idea should be stated so that its meaning is the fact that your holiness is your salvation. In each practice period, as we do every morning, we will do the first practice period together. End each practice period by repeating the idea in its original form once more and adding, if guilt is hell, what is its opposite? So you're going to begin the practice period. Let's put it all together. You're going to begin the practice period by stating the idea for today. My holiness is my salvation. Then we're going to close our eyes and search our mind for any unloving thought. There's an unloving thought about what's going on the planet. Oh, here's another unloving thought about what's going on the planet. Okay, here's another unloving thought about how I see what's going on the planet. My unloving thoughts about the P, I don't say it, is keeping me in hell. My holiness is my salvation. My unloving thoughts about blank are keeping me in hell. My holiness is my salvation. Simply apply the idea to each unloving thought. But anyone, anything. Then, before concluding the exercise, we say at the end, the idea for the day once again, my holiness is my salvation. And then we add, if guilt is hell, what is its opposite? You've got to know guilt is hell. Who would stay in hell? If you're a sane being of God, you would not stay in hell. You would not opt for hell no matter what. Hell is in the mind. It's not a place. States of consciousness. In the shorter applications, which should be made some 3 or 4 times an hour, and more if possible. Wow, every 15 minutes. Every 15 minutes, I'm going to have a shorter practice period. My holiness is my salvation. And maybe sometimes I'll simply sit and relax in the stillness and not think of anything. Every 15 minutes, my holiness is my salvation. You may ask yourself this question. Repeat today's idea, and preferably both. Ask yourself the question, if guilt is hell, what is its opposite? My holiness is my salvation. If temptations arise, if they do, a particularly helpful form of the idea is, my holiness is my salvation from this. Something comes up in a relationship, people, situations, circumstances, in the mind. My holiness is my salvation from this. Temptations. What is a temptation? A temptation into sadness, temptation into depression, temptation into confusion, temptation into fear, temptation into distraction, not living your destiny, not creating your epic work on planet Earth, your madness open. You're here to create greatness. But you're up in the tiny little things, all these tiny little things. Put your coat on, get your socks. Fuck a coat and fuck socks. Kids know how to dress themselves. They put on whatever they want to put on. Stop being a smother and live your life. Just another way of avoiding destiny, overpouring ourselves into all the other people, all up in other people's lanes, getting on the phone with people. Girl, what did you do? Listen to other people's problems. You ain't got no damn time to listen to nobody's problems. You got a book to write. And it's an incredible book that the world needs. Girl, I'll talk to you about that. You know, girl, are you on 7 a.m. in the mornings? No, what's 7 a.m. in the morning? Girl, get on there. Okay. And both of us going to write our books. Okay. Let's begin our exercise. 5 minutes. You're clear on what to do. A Course in Miracles, lesson 39. Begin, and we'll start our chimes. We'll set our chimes. 5 minutes. My holiness is my salvation. And now we conclude our practice period with the thought for the day, the idea for the day, and our question. My holiness is my salvation. If guilt is hell, what is its opposite? Ashe. Amen. So might it be. Now, the floor is open. And today we have a specification. Here's our specification. When you come to the stage, we're going to ask you a simple question. Were you here for the meditation? Because if you were here for the meditation, I believe that it will clear up a lot of the things that we're talking about in our discussion. We're elevating our discussion. Elevation, elevation, elevation. We love elevation. Who's up?
I have a question.
Go for it.
Okay, so throughout these last 39 days, I've definitely been a calmer person, and I have done a lot of PBGs, and it has been my true intention to not bring up every little thing that's bothering me to other people. However, like even today was definitely my lesson. And when we were going through the practice of my thoughts, my hateful thoughts, my attack thoughts, whatever type of thoughts, fearful thoughts, all of those thoughts about another person are keeping me in hell, like that, I really resonated with that. My question is, I don't know, even after that 5 minutes, after everything we did, it didn't move the energy. Like, what do you do with the energy? How do you transmute the energy that you feel? Like those thoughts that you may have, or the, like I'm pissed about something. It happened 2 days ago, and normally I would have already had the conversation, but I'm trying to be so woo-woo and not have the conversation, but the energy has not transmuted. So even though I feel fake and phony, like I'm smiling and, acting like nothing is wrong and nothing is bothering me, but it is. So it's like when we're going through this process and trying to be a peaceful person, what do you do with that energy that still is like in the pit of your stomach? Like, I don't know what to do with it because I'm so used to letting it out.
I love this question because we can do our practice in the morning, yes, and we can still be, that thing is still grinding in you. I'm still grinding my gears about it. Is that what you mean, Harmony? Like, you do your spiritual practice in the morning, but you find that there's this lingering thing that doesn't go away, and I'm still, it's still niggling at me, or I'm still grinding my gears on it, or gritting my teeth over it. Is that it?
I feel like if I had just went tick tick boom, it'd be over with already. But since I didn't do that, it's still just like it feels like it's floating around. Like it's like a dark cloud that's just floating above me, and I feel like I could have just dissipated that cloud already. So I don't know what to do with the cloud. And that meditation was great, and the practice session was great. But afterwards, look up, that cloud is still there. I don't know how to make it move.
This is very fascinating. You said an answer as you were speaking. You said, if I had gone tick, tick, boom, this would be over. So in other words, if you had went off on the person in the moment, is that what you felt like doing in the moment? Well, I'm saying this person. I can't say that it was a person.
Yes, I felt like going off in the moment. And if I had just went off in the moment like I'm trying to do things differently. So if I had just went off in the moment, and then it would have just been over. Like within that 5 minutes, I would have been complete. And then I would have moved on to the next rainbow or whatever. But I feel like I didn't get rid of the like it's just kind of hanging out. Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yes, it does. Gotcha. What prevented you from going off with yourself?
Oh, I feel like I did that. I left and everything. I left so elegantly. I said, "Oh, there's something I need from the store." I left so elegantly. I left like a lady. I went to the store. I went to 5 stores. I went off in my car. I did go off. I had a whole, and after like an hour and a half, I was like, okay. I thought I felt better. I came back, did all the things I love to do, made a gift basket, watched Undercover Boss, did some stuff on my website. You know, I tried to be really productive. I tried to like transmute that energy, but that feeling of what I was so upset about, I'm still upset about. So I feel like I'm living unauthentically by trying to live holy.
I love this. What's the feeling that you don't want to feel? What is the feeling? What is the feeling of this dark cloud?
So I was going to say pistosity, but I wanted to go deeper than that. Mm-hmm. And I guess the feeling is betrayal.
Ding, 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 ding. Woo, that's a big one. That's a big one. Say more about the betrayal.
I just feel like I guess I kind of worked it out in my head because I know the steps. And I guess since I never went underneath the feeling of the cloud, then I didn't realize what was really going on. Because once I said the word betrayal, I realized that I was not betrayed in the moment. So I've been walking around for 2 days with the feeling of betrayal. And then once I said it, I realized that that was silly and I was not betrayed.
What are you going to do with the sense of betrayal within the being, the feelings of betrayal that were being made evident in that experience?
I just realized that it's been about 6 or 7, maybe 8 years since my husband cheated on me, and I thought I was over it, but it seems like everything that everyone does feels like betrayal.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, go back, because it didn't start when your husband did what he did, right? He did what he did, you were doing what you were doing. Yes, everybody is free to do what they do. Yes, not saying that people are not supposed to honor their commitments, but I mean, how many times do we not honor our commitments? We understand that, and not making light of anything at all. Simply saying, people do what people do, just like you're doing what you're doing. And now, how do we come to terms with that? And what do we do about it? So, before that occurred, because was that your greatest adult experience of betrayal?
That was my greatest adult experience of betrayal, yes.
Okay, so now we go to the 0 to 7. That the first imprint of betrayal occurred when? You don't necessarily have to say, you don't have to say anything private or personal. You simply can say the age. You don't have to say anything private and personal because this is a public forum, family. So it's completely up to you. What was the age?
Well, it wasn't. Well, I know it was probably around 6, but it just sounds like at my 6-year-old self, like I felt like my first memory of betrayal, honestly, when my mother got pregnant with twins. And I didn't want to say that because it sounds crazy, but
oh, no. This is not crazy. We're not judging anything. And everything that we share helps someone else, right? And remember, this is not even a judgment on your mother or your brother or your sister. This is simply your experience, and it is valid. All experiences we're having, family, they're valid. So you're a little girl who was with your mother and only your mother and father. You were the only one. And then what happened?
Then there were 2. And I felt like I was outside of my house looking in the window. Like I was a spoiled little child. Like everybody was like, oh my God, her shoes are always so clean because her mother never lets her feet touch the ground until I got on the school bus. Like that was the first time I had dirty shoes when I went to school. So it was just like, okay, then there was no more space. And I guess along with that time was when like my grandfather lived next door. So then I would go to his house and then the sexual abuse occurred.
How old were you in Earth years? How old was your body, your avatar, when the twins were born?
Everything happened at 7.
Okay, so what was your life before the twins, and then what was your life after the twins?
I was very well taken care of, and I still was well taken care of after. I don't want to say but I felt very safe. I feel like I was everyone's person, not just my parents. Like I was everyone's person. Like I was everyone's favorite, everything. Like on both sides of the family, it was all about me. Everybody loved me. I was La Princia. Like it was my life. It was my whole world. And then like twins are so excited, like, oh, it's twins. Like I was like, oh, twins. Like when you're 6, it's like, well, as soon as they were born, I felt invisible. And I feel as though that's when my grandfather took advantage of the situation because it felt like no one else was seeing me.
What did your 6-year-old self do on the inside with this information of twins? So she was the only one, star of the show. Now there's not one to displace, because I got displaced 2 years after I was born, because I was the star of my mother's life, and then she had another one, and I resented him for a very long time. What was going on inside your 6-year-old self when the twins were born?
My mom always was saying, like, well, I just thought you needed someone to play with. And I was like, well, I have 5 girl cousins my same age. I was playing with them just fine. And then they would go home. Like, I had that thought, like, at 7. I was like, no, well, did you ask me? You thought that I needed something? Like, that's what she always said. Well, I thought that you should have. I thought that you didn't even ask me. So, like, I understand now as my 40-year-old self. But at 7, I was like, no, like, you got me these presents that I didn't ask for and that I don't want. Like at 7, I was like, oh, take it back to the store. I don't know. Like we didn't discuss this, but you kept saying it was for me. But of course now I appreciate having them. But at 7, it felt like my whole world just changed. I had my own room and I was sharing a room and nothing was mine anymore.
What about your relationship with mom and dad?
Oh yeah, like there was not even a lap, like because my dad had a baby, my mom had a baby. Like it was like it literally felt like there was no place. Like I didn't even know where to be or where to go. Like any nothing. I didn't know. It felt like I didn't no longer belonged.
It's very fascinating that the child, because remember, we're children, we cannot properly ascertain what's going on. The child took this as a betrayal.
Absolutely.
Ding, ding,
Betrayal,
ding, ding.
abandonment.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff right there. Continue.
A little bit of a lot of bit of unworthiness.
Is there more?
I don't think so.
Kudos on your courage. Betrayal, abandonment, unworthiness. Those are the triplets. Your mom had twins, but you had
Yes.
triplets, yeah?
Yep.
Here's the multi-billion-dollar question. What are you going to do about that?
I have no idea.
Okay, so go to the heart and ask Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, can I have something that would knock out all of these? Is there something, this is how I talk to the voice, I'm a little strange. Is there something that would knock all of these out at one time, like right now? Yes. Do you want to ask Holy Spirit, like, what do I do with this?
I would love to knock them all out at one time, especially unworthiness.
What do you hear?
Well, my immediate answer was just to look at my life and look at how much the twins have enhanced it. Like, especially my brother. Like, when I tell you, as long as I got a brother in this world, I don't feel like I will ever want or need for anything. And knowing that what she said when I was 7, even though it didn't feel like truth, it actually was. Like, she did have them for me. And they have enhanced my life greatly. And my brother is my keeper. And just reflect on how that was the absolute truth. Like, it didn't feel like it at 7, but at 40, I know that, yeah, she did do me a huge favor when she didn't discuss what I wanted or needed, because my brother has been like a rock.
Harmony, guess what I'm seeing?
What?
A hot air balloon. And you reach down in the hot air balloon, and your balloon is all blown up, and you're over Cappadocia, and you look down and you see 3 sandbags in the hot air balloon: betrayal, abandonment, and unworthiness. And you pick them up and you toss them over and you soar to the sky.
I love that vision. Every year when I was in my house, when you said hot air balloons, like I actually, it was weird because I wasn't in Cappadocia, but when I was speaking, I was actually seeing hot air balloons. Hot air balloons are like, I don't know what the symbolism is for me, and I guess maybe that's the symbolism that I require, because I can see that being a beautiful meditation when we go to Cappadocia. Every year, my house, like they have a hot air balloon festival in the town that I live in, and in my house, I would always have a party every Memorial Day weekend for people to come and sit in my yard and watch the hot air balloons go over the house. And I would be so excited, hot air balloons are coming, hot air balloons are coming. And everybody would be there with their cameras and their video, taking videos of the hot air balloons. And it would be like hundreds of hot air balloons going over my house. And I would be so excited for the day that I knew the hot air balloons were coming. So when you were saying that, I mean, you said, oh, you're in a hot air balloon. I was like, how did you know I was thinking about hot air balloons? Because, like, I don't know why that was the vision. God didn't tell me to drop anything out of him, but I'm glad you did. And now it's like, I was excited for Cappadocia before, but I'm like, oh, that might be the trip where I really get my life.
Y'all keep thinking I see these things. I am a seer. I'm just looking at what Spirit is putting in front of me. Spirit is showing y'all yourself. So seeing these hot air balloons and seeing these 3 big bags, right? These big, like, look like burlap sandbags almost at the bottom of the hot air balloon, you know within your being that the hot air balloon cannot take off with those bags in there. You're going to sit on the ground. It doesn't matter how well your balloon is all blown up. It's all blown up. It's so pretty. Look at all the colors. I created the perfect balloon. That's a lot of us in our lives. Oh, look at this beautiful balloon. It's so full of air. It's ready to take off, but we didn't take the anchor out. That's the deep shadow work. You got to get down there. You blew up this pretty beautiful big balloon. Everybody sees it. Everybody loves it. It's beautiful. Wow, it's beautiful. It's still on Earth. Didn't move. Didn't budge. How come I'm not flying? How come I'm not soaring in my life? Look down. You didn't throw them big bags out, but they're heavy. I don't feel it. No, they're not pretty. No, they look like big burlap bags. One got betrayal on it. The other one has abandonment on it, and the other one has unworthiness on it, just written across the top. But I don't want to look at that because I like looking at my pretty balloon. Trust me, today I'm throwing the bags out. Trust me. Because it's hard, they're heavy.
Such an amazing metaphor. Like, when you said that, I was like, that's my life. It looks so pretty, like a hot air balloon, but it ain't going nowhere. It's not going as fast as I would. Like, it's not going up, like I want it to go. Like, that is, like, that elevation of, I feel like I should be at a way higher point than where I'm at. But my hot air balloon is really pretty.
Oh, girl, it's beautiful. It has all the colors. It's huge. It's beautiful. When you actually get in the sky, it's going to be quite fabulous.
I just want you to know the feeling that I had for the last 2 days is gone. And I was like, yeah, ain't none of this working. I'm doing my practice sessions and I'm still pissed. I think I'm more pissed after the practice session.
My holiness is not my salvation. Saying it mad. My holiness, I'm doing the exercise, but I just want you to know I'm mad while I'm doing it.
My holiness is my salvation. I had a whole attitude. I couldn't wait for you to say the floor is open.
Look, in the meditation, just see that, I'm in this meditation, but I'm mad. It's all good. It is all good. That's what the mind does. That is what the mind does. The mind does these things. It's all good. It is all good. Look at that. And the feeling's gone right now. Come on. Money in the vortex, money in the vortex, money in the vortex. We got money in the vortex, money in the vortex, money in the vortex. Woo-hoo. Money in the vortex. Thank you, my spirit travels. You are so appreciated. You are so loved. Billionfold return to you and your incredible gifting. First, family, I have to say this. To all of the beautiful beings who bless me with gifts that are unseen. You are appreciated. You are loved. All the cash apps, all the Bitcoin gifts, all of it. It's all under my. I didn't put my cash app there yet. I will. I, to all of you beautiful, beautiful souls who gift me in all the different ways you gift me, especially first and foremost with your presence. There's nothing like seeing my spirit travels when we were in Cozumel and I get to hug Reverend Z and her husband of 3 years that fell in love when they were in the 5th grade. He said he fell in love with that woman when he was in the 5th grade. And they went their own beautiful ways and they came reunited again. I mean, it's such a beautiful love story. We were sitting there having some tequilas or some margaritas and some tacos in Cozumel. I mean, beautiful. And I said, when are y'all going to write that book? Because that book is so amazing. That book would be an amazing book to read, and I just listened to him talk about her. I was like, wow, like he'd been clocking her since she was in the 5th grade. Okay. And now they're together. So don't fret. Don't get your panties in a bunch. Chill, let the universe do it because there was some lessons she had to learn. She went her way and did some of her things. He went his way and did his things. And then there was a reunited at the perfect time and place for both of them. They had to go through some other relationships. I think that was all curriculum for them to be together in this peaceful way. Come on now. Let the universe do it. Stop rushing. Just take them sandbags out the bottom of your hot air balloon. So I had to give a big shout out to all our gifters, all our gifts. Gracias, gracias, gracias. It's pouring rain, and I'm going to go close a window. So keep it going. Who's next? I'm going to go close a window because otherwise I would not be happy. I'll be right back. It's pouring rain here in Mexico. By the way, Harmony, next time you come to Mexico, I'm going to take you. We're going to shoot over to Mexico City where they have the big hot air balloons take off over Teotihuacan. I won't take you to the ancient city because I know you're not into ancient cities like me and the witches, whatnot, because you're a fairy mermaid energy. You love the cenotes, and she's a mermaid. Yet, I would take you to the hot air balloons. Sounds good?
I'll go to Teotihuacan because that's my name. It starts with my name. How can I not?
Taya. All right, take over. I'm going to go close these windows so the whole rain don't come in the house.
Looks like Queen Adassa, did you want to share something? Because I know you usually share before me, and I just jumped right in there today.
Oh, no, it's all good. I just kept remembering the first time I encountered this lesson. When I came to our community, raggedy, of course, crazy, all get out, just nuts. And I probably was carrying on about something, and Rev brought this lesson to me. You know how she says, "Beloved, pause." She pulled the pause on me, and she laid on this lesson to me. I never heard. This is before I even heard of the Course of Miracles. We were in probably Enlightenment Circle or something, or maybe it was private coaching. And she brought this lesson up, and she said, you know, your holiness is your salvation. Your holiness is your salvation. Your holiness is your salvation. I couldn't get it because it was all in my head. And she said, drop down to the heart. Drop down to your heart and just say it. And then when I did that, oh my God, I realized that I was making myself crazy for no reason. And I'm holy. I couldn't understand my holiness. I couldn't understand that this was the answer to every upset, every thing that every ratchet attack thought. My holiness was the answer to that. And this is such an easy come back to your senses lesson. Anytime anything goes crazy, just say, my holiness is my salvation. I'm holy. I'm holy. I am holy. That's what saves me. Not anything outside of me, my holiness. And so this lesson was probably one of the first Course of Miracles lessons that I was introduced to. And it saved me. It really did. And I really appreciate the way Rev teaches this lesson, because I know it's one of her favorites. And she says it all the time. My holiness is my salvation. And I've made it my mantra. And like I said, it saved my life. I can go on a million things, but I'm really interested in what our ladies on the stage. I see Queen Vashti joined us. Just know that anytime anything, my holiness is my salvation. You're this, you're that. My holiness is my salvation. I can't stand you. Well, you know what? Fine. My holiness is my salvation. You're a da-da-da. Hey, my holiness is my salvation. This solves all my problems. And I, pray that I never forget it. And I'm complete. Thanks for sharing, Harmony. That was so beautiful. I'm sure that you set a lot of people free today. And I'm complete.
Queen Hadassah, someone on YouTube, Soul Whisperer says, Queen Hadassah has such beautiful energy, deep and powerful. It's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually going to say that I remember the first day I met you. We were in Vegas, and we were all sitting out we were like on day beds outside, and you came outside, and your energy was huge. And it was just this huge energy. And I still feel like your energy is huge, but I feel like now it's like a huge energy of peace. I don't know what it was when I first met you. It was just big.
Okay, Harvey, when you said huge, you meant ratchet.
No, I didn't say ratchet.
That's a good one.
I was scared of it, but I wasn't going to call it ratchet. I was calling it to myself. I was very good.
God morning. Was you scared? Don't be scared. Was you scared?
I was scared, but I was like, oh, okay. To clear that one.
You're like, ooh, not to be tampered with.
Yes. You have a label on you. Yes. Do not tamper with this.
Do not.
Yeah, true.
Don't test this one. Don't test this one. Because it's not gonna be a good look. And Queen Hadassah is really not like that. It's like Queen Hadassah is this loving teacher. Yeah.
Yeah, she's not. She's a sweet kind. And now she can be abrasive now.
Oh yeah, she can bring it. She can bring it. She got that scouring pad. She can bring the sandpaper. She can bring the sandpaper. Yeah.
Absolute beautiful soul. I love her.
Yeah.
Y'all are so beautiful. I have no problems admitting that I was not in my right mind. And I so love you, Rev, and this community and this lesson. because this brought me out of madness. I didn't even know the course. And I was saying, Rev, you brought this lesson and you were like, I love it. You know, I was carrying on. But, I'm in so much peace, internally. And you're right, Harmony. You've been with me from the very beginning, so you very well know. You can detect the changes. People probably wouldn't understand, but this course changes your life. It changed me in so many ways. This particular lesson right here has saved my life and saved me from going down some roads that would have been devastating and set me back, and never get my healing, never get my big win, never get my, whatever I came here to do. And I think I wrote a note. I don't know where I put it. Goodness, I wrote a note. Where's my book? There was something in the lesson I wanted to just really emphasize, because I write my little notes, every day. And where is it? What about your salvation? And of course, asked me, what about mine? Now, my former life, I was a college professor, taught social work, taught people to get in other people's business, mind their business, and don't act like they don't have a higher self or, holy, high, spirit team, holy guardian angel. I was messing in people's life, and I wasn't even thinking about my own salvation. What about me? I was telling other people what to do and being raggedy internally, but on the outside, I just looked fabulous, and people just loved Dr. B. But on the inside, I was crumbling until I realized that my salvation is important too. And who am I out here trying to save people? And I'm, in a state of, I need to be saved from my own wretched thoughts and my own beliefs and my own crazy. So this lesson is a lifesaver. Family, get this into your soul. Get it out of your head. Get it into your heart. This will save your life. And I love this community. Love you all. I love this lesson. And I am complete for today. I'm just waiting to hear the rest. Love you all.
Delicious, Queen Hadassah, just delicious. And I mean, family, don't think that Queen Hadassah just skated into a whole brand new being and a whole brand new life. Do not think that.
Oh no. It was when I didn't really know that she was doing the work. And then I was like, she's really doing the work. You need to step it up. I had to tell myself I need to step it up because she really does the work. I mean, she keeps her journal, she takes notes, she really does the work. And I mean, you've earned it, Queen.
Yes,
you
did.
I sit up here every day and look at this green dot next to my name and said, oh my God, how in the heck do I get to stay on this stage with Reverend Valerie Love with a green dot next to my name and in a leadership position to all these beautiful souls? Like, and then I realized, yes, Queen, I did the work. I was crazy enough to get in there and take myself on. And I remember, Rev, I was one of your platinum clients at $25,000.
That's right.
Manifest that, and boom, there it was. And when we were finished coaching, I felt like, oh my God, what do I do now? And Rev said to me, don't you run back into that mouse hole. Don't you go back in there and hide. You come out and you be bold. And I was ready to go back and hide because I'm like, now everyone's really going to think I'm weird. However, I kept going, and I'm just crazy enough to do the work. Look at Rev's website. I'm on probably every picture, every retreat, and I didn't miss a beat. I didn't care about money. I didn't care about kids. I think we went to Salem. I just got in the car and drove and left my son. He was with my mom. I didn't even say anything. I didn't want to ask. I'm like, I got to go. I knew my soul had to be in that room. And I just got in the car and left. So, yeah, I was crazy enough to take myself on, not anyone else, me. And so I really, really, really appreciate this. And I really appreciate this green dot next to my name. And I really appreciate being on this stage with all of you every morning, because it really blesses my soul. And it shows me that if I could do it, you could do it too. And I'm complete, I think.
Hello. I have my tickets to Miami. And let me share something with you, family, that happened. This was very fascinating. When I was buying my ticket to Miami, Queen Hadassah can appreciate this. And I'm going to show you the pictures of Queen Hadassah. And she, at just about every event that you look at on here, well, at every event for several years straight, she was at the events, at all the events. So you see her because she took it on. There you see her in Dubai, that goddess in the middle, because we love our goddess photos and all that when we go to Dubai. We love the desert and we love the beach in Dubai. And we love our camels in Dubai. We love all that. And we love the grandeur of Dubai and the deliciousness of Dubai. And when you come to 222, we have a special for the attendees. We didn't tell anybody else this. We have a special for the 222 attendees. Only 222 attendees and Never Work Again retreat attendees. Those two events are happening together. We have a special for you for Dubai that only attendees will find out about. It's not a public special. Woohoo! So you see Queen Hadassah at all these different events. There you see her in Bali, shining. Look at all these queens in Bali, shining. These were the queens that said yes. There you see Queen Vashti right there, shining at our gorgeous villa in Bali. Do you see that was our swimming pool? What was that villa like in Bali? OMG.
That was a beautiful villa. Fragapati. I never forget that.
Oh, you remember the name of the villa because they all have names.
Yeah, it was Fragapati.
Frangipani, like the flower?
No, like Fragapati. I don't know if I'm coming through clear. My apologies.
Okay.
Like, can you hear? Did you hear me good?
Yeah, we hear you. Yes.
Oh. Yes, beautiful villa. Beautiful villa.
Oh my goodness.
Bali is just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I hadn't seen anything but the inside of the airport, and I was like, yeah, when am I coming back? Just getting stepping off the plane and just the magic of Bali. I just felt immediately it's a very spiritual place. So you instantly, when you're open, you instantly notice the energy there was so absolutely beautiful. Everything was beautiful. The food was beautiful. The people were beautiful. I just absolutely love Bali.
OMG. And look, I'm looking at the picture from one of our What is Beauty events, and I see my two daughters.
Sorry.
Oh. Okay, I'm looking at the What is Beauty event. I'm showing everybody the pictures of our beautiful community all over the world. I mean, y'all are so freaking amazing. And I'm looking at a lot of our queens that were at the What is Beauty event. Some of them were in the outside space. Remember that beautiful space we had in Miami? Like these beautiful spaces, they just appear in front of us. I promise you, they appear. We do not go searching. Where are we going to have it? Where are we going to have it? They present themselves. And every one of these spaces is like, is Instagram worthy. Every one of the spaces. So here we are at this space in Miami. Don't remember the What is Beauty Miami? I'm looking at Queen Vashti right there. I'm looking at Zaire right there. Wow, you had a short haircut, Zaire, in this one. Christina, also known as Star. And this is my little baby, my sweetie boo, Miss Veronica. And this is my big baby. And my son was there too, but he's not in this picture. He came by also, of course, because he was living in Miami at the time. He's still living in Miami. And Atara came by, and a bunch of us are outside and a bunch of us are inside. Incredible.
We were really going for a while. We were rocking and rolling for about 2 years straight. Because with the What is Beauty event, we were having an event like maybe every month, every other month, I think.
Yeah, we had a tour. I think it was like 6 months straight. So it was in addition to the What is Beauty tour, we were also still doing our international travels too. So we were doing What is Beauty. We had one a month for I think 6 months straight. Like it was a tour, like New York, Chicago, DC, Miami, Atlanta, Cleveland. Where else did we go? It was in
DC,
DC.
Atlanta. Did you say Atlanta?
Atlanta. And then that was the same year we had Punani Power. So this picture right here is at Punani Power in Crystal City, Virginia, where I was living at the time. And then I see you. I see you. Look at Zaire. There, we had our Punani Power shirts. Those gorgeous shirts. Those are some beautiful shirts. Oh my goodness. So many, many, many good, delicious, delicious, delicious experiences. And if you look at the Christian Witches website, that was ValerieLove.com. And of course, register. The registration is going to close next Friday. So the date did come to me for closing registration. So if you go to Christian Witches website, go to ChristianWitches.com. And by all means, read the blog at ChristianWitches.com. Click on the books and go to the books. If you go to events and you look at the Christian Witches convention, actually that's 222. Hold on. Let me go to the Christian Witches convention. If you go to the Christian Witches convention website, you are going to see lots of our witchy photos from the Christian Witches convention. There's Dr. B right there, Queen Hadassah. And there's Queen Vashti right there. There's my son right there, C. Evans, the artist. There's my big daughter right there. There's Robert right there. So yes, we have men. Here is Queen with Queen, our Khan priestess Afua Sawat and her husband. So yes, we have men. We have men. We have women. We have everybody. Everybody. Everybody.
Yep,
Coach Michelle is right there. There's Coach Michelle right there, looking like something from the Queen of the Nile. She was looking like the Queen of the Nile. Didn't she? She killed it. She killed it. There's Dr. Jubilee. Dr. Jubilee is going to be with us. That's me being that witch from American Horror Story. We were dressed up.
What was her name?
Myrtle Snow. Myrtle Snow. So here you see pictures.
You did that, Myrtle Snow.
When my son saw me, he laughed so hard. He could not stop laughing. When he saw me with that big red wig on and that cape and them glasses, he could not stop laughing. It was hysterical. It was hysterical. I was like, Corey, stop laughing. And he was like, Mom, I can't. Oh my goodness. When he saw me step off the elevator as Myrtle Snow, and I was in character, I had the glasses. You know, I love Myrtle Snow. Let's pull up Myrtle Snow just so y'all can have a frame of reference so that you can know what we're talking about. It may seem off topic, yet nothing's off topic with us because that's how we do things. There is Myrtle Snow. Okay. Can y'all see her with the glasses and the red hair? Okay. And the fly clothes. That was my take on Myrtle Snow. Okay, that was a Valerie version, a Kaisi version of the Great Witch, Myrtle Snow. Okay, because that red hair is just killing it. I was like, I got to get me the fire red wig. Find me the fire red wig. And we found the fire red wig. Yeah, there she is. All righty. The next one is, so if you go to American Horror Story, you will see that we were taking pics based on the pictures from American Horror Story. And you see Papa Legba. Let me see if American Horror Story. What was the name of that season? American Horror Story. Oh, Coven. That was it. American Horror Story Coven. That was it. There you go. There is our aesthetic right there. And you saw it at the Christian Witches convention, except for me, of course, with the red hair and being Myrtle Snow. There is our aesthetic right there. Okay. And then Papa Legba, let me look at Papa Legba, because that was, there you have it. That was Robert. Robert was Papa Legba. Okay. And if you look over at Robert, let's get to Robert and Papa Legba. There he was right there. He was a much more handsome Papa Legba than in the show, for sure. He had all the accoutrement of Papa Legba. So there you have it. When you come with us, well, we just have a lot of fun. We do a lot of craziness. We eat, we drink, when I say drink, I mean like smoothies. Well, I mean, some people drink alcohol. But we've had some interesting experiences with alcohol.
Yes, we have. A whole exorcism came out of some alcohol ones. So yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. All right, who's next? Talk to us.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jenny. How you loving?
Hey. Good. So I missed the meditation because I woke up at 4:30. I'm in California. So I realized I accidentally did the wrong one yesterday. I did lesson 37, but I guess I'll do 38 and 39 today. So I realized last night that with dating, I think I'm feeling like a victim with men. So I've had this experience of men trying to say sexual things or be sexual really early on, and like I've been on, want to wait for that. And last night that happened with a guy I went on one date with on Friday, and then he was like mentioning getting together again and mentioning intimacy, and I was like, okay. So I realized it made me feel like I think I'm in a victim mode about it, and it makes me feel like I don't have worth to these guys other than sex,
That is a profound realization. Do you have worth to yourself, Jen?
Yeah.
It would have, in what way? In what way do you have worth for yourself?
I mean, I think I'm a good person. I love myself. There's certainly things that I'm working on, and this course is helping a lot with. But yeah, I definitely think I help people, and I think I think I'm a good, person to talk with, and to get some coaching and therapy from.
What's happening now?
I'm sleepy. I'm in bed, but I just feel I feel like in my energy body just some discomfort, probably in my stomach, maybe tightness.
Mm-hmm. You have you have a practice. You do coaching, and tell us what you do.
Yeah, I'm a therapist, and I'm also transitioning into coaching. I've been a yoga instructor. I'm also a musician. So.
Have you hurled yourself into what you do, or do you kind of do it casually? How do you take on what you do, your purpose? Not necessarily the therapy. Where is your energy inside yourself? Where is it focused?
I think there's ratchetness. For sure, a lot of times, but oftentimes there's, I do feel good. And where's my purpose? I'm working, I don't know, I'm just working on building my business and just connecting with people and helping other people wake up as well to themselves.
What happens when you meet these gentlemen and, pardon me, the conversation goes to sex, or it seems that, because, a lot of men, definitely the conversation will tend towards sex or tend in that direction. That could, that's part of natural. But if you notice that it's happening, that it seems to be a recurring thing, and that this is the main thing that people are looking for from the self, then we have to look at, I'm very happy that you said, what's going on with me? I think it's some kind of unworthiness that these men only look at me for sex. So what happens in the experience? Are y'all in the experience and it's not sexual, and then all of a sudden you start to feel something? Like, what's going on inside of you as you're having these dates?
That date on Friday, I think I was talking about it on here the other day. I was feeling really high from the course. Like, I was listening to you talk about the victim mode, like right before I went to the date. And so I was feeling really high, and my date could tell I was really, really energetic. And I don't know, he just sent me a message saying that he thinks we're like polar opposites, but he wants to know if we can get together. And then when I asked what he had in mind, he was like, conversation and intimacy if I'm lucky or something. We only went on one date.
What would you like to happen? What's in your mind as the perfect scenario?
I would just prefer that they would wait to say something like that, because it's kind of early for me. And so I want them to want to get to know me as a person rather than just for like hooking up,
Are they saying that they only want to hook up? Or are they saying that, what are they saying?
No. But that's kind of how it sounds. And I guess, I've read a lot of dating books, and one of the ones I read recently, and I think you've talked about waiting till they love you. And that's what I want to do, is basically wait, till they love me. I'm in a relationship kind of thing. And, I just feel very disturbed when this happens. I went out with a therapist a couple months ago, and something similar happened, and he was like, he broke it off because I didn't want to talk about sex like early on. It's like, okay.
Well, that's good, because that's showing you that he's not a match for what you're looking for, right?
Yeah.
And this is a multi-dimensional conversation, because part of the dynamic is men do want sex. There's nothing wrong with that. That's lovely.
Yeah.
And men are yang. They seek sex, right? It's an urge that it's not going to be turned off, right?
Yeah.
You got men right now buying bottled pills on the side of the street that could do something with their heart, yet they're going to buy that pill anyway to keep that thing hard for 12 hours, right? So that's part of the natural urge that must be acknowledged It's nature, right? Reproducing itself. So men have that urge to reproduce themselves and to have sex. And have sex is wonderful. It's how we all got here. And I never went out with a man that didn't have sex somewhere in the picture. And most places tell us that men think about sex every 7 seconds. I don't know if that's true. Because I haven't seen that that's true, but I don't know what goes on inside of a man's head. I'm in my goddess head. So there is that dimension of it, that there will naturally come up conversations about sex because men allow themselves to be much more sexual than women, as far as I have seen in my observations of humanity. Doesn't mean it's true or right or law. Also, this is how I described it to my daughters. I told my daughters, you are dealing with the sun. When you are with men, you are dealing with the sun, yang energy. No one goes out in the sun and lays in the sun for 8 hours straight. In the middle of the day, no one would do that. Now, you might sunbathe, you get a little bit of sun, you go back in, because the sun is just yang, it's just coming, right? We each mitigate the sun according to our own taste, our liking. We want a little bit of a tan. We want some vitamin D. We want to feel warm. No one's going to sit straight in the sun all day. That's not healthy. So that yang energy is an energy that when it comes in commune with the divine feminine, I'm talking energy. When the yang energy, which is an outward focused energy, it's conquering, it's going, it's getting, it's pursuing, it's predatory. And when I say predatory, I don't mean predatory as in negative. I mean, they like to hunt. Like hunting is exciting for a predator. Not saying men are predators. Please don't get this confused. Goddesses understand this. That's why goddesses never allow themselves to be caught. You would never catch me. Like, you will run after a goddess, and like, it drives men crazy that they can never, like, just as they think that they got you, you just slip away and you just morph and you just change. And it's like, she's driving me crazy. They like that. Women don't like hunting pretty much. I mean, I'm not hunting anything. I'm the hunted. I'm the one that people are pursuing. Because everyone wants a goddess. Like, women want goddesses, men want goddesses, everyone. Who doesn't want a goddess, right? Even gay dudes, all my gay friends, they love being around goddesses, and I love being around gay dudes because gay dudes love goddesses. So they dress us, they be putting on makeup. This is like, we're their dolls. So who doesn't want a goddess, basically? When you are dealing with men, I told them, it is for you to put on the sunblock. It is for you to put on the umbrella. Put up the umbrella. It is for you to put on the shades. You must pause them because they'll just keep going. A little rub on the shoulder will turn to tugging you down, will turn to sexing you good, will turn to bye. You're the one in the power of the speed and the frequency. The woman's in charge of all that. Because the men is just yang. And I'm not saying this to say that there are not men that love conversation. All the men that I'm around, they love conversation. They're great conversationalists. Matter of fact, Twin Flame, he talks more than me. He talks more than me. Some men that I'm around, they talk more than me. My husband that I had formerly, who's Veronica's dad, he and my soulmate men that are around me, they talk more than me. And they are deep conversationalists, and they're thinkers, and they're also emotional. They're in touch with their feminine side. So, and they're yang. If a man sees what he is looking for or what he wants, he's going after it. That's how you might as well say, I'm dealing with a shark.
Yeah.
Right? You're the one that paces it. And beautiful that they want you for your body. Great, girl, you must have a banging ass body. Are you sexy?
I mean, I don't know if my body is the sexiest part, but yeah.
Girl, you sexy, work it. Girl, you sexy, work it. And tell them, no, you can't, girl. No, you can't get this yet. What? These cookies are not on the platter yet. Stop it now. Don't play. Girl, work it. Don't be mad at them because they want the cookies. dangle the cookies in front of them and tell them, one day you might get these cookies, but for now, what are we talking about right now? See, it's a game. You gotta play this game,
Yeah.
And if he's worth it, if he is a worthy man and he's the man that you desire, and the two of you hit it off and it's moving, if he brings up sex, you know what? We can have the conversation. The cookies are not on the table yet. They're still in the oven baking. I have to decide if I'm going to give them to you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What are you hearing? What are you hearing?
That it's just natural for men to be this way and to not take it as a personal attack. But I think what I want is for them to be so into me that they're scared to bring it up.
Well, and I don't think you want a man. I think you want a gay BFF. I think you want a gay best friend. Because he ain't never gonna ask you for sex. You can rest assured you'll be safe as ever. He would never ask you for sex. Men are going to bring up sex, and they're going to make moves, and they're going to, they're going to do it in the way that works for them, and they're going to do it on the signals that they're receiving. And you're the one they're going to do it, and we like that. There would be no children off the planet if there were only women, right? So, because we're thinking about so many other things, and we have so many emotions, and the God is really the bottom line of it is honor yourself. Yes, love yourself, be confident in yourself, clear on your vision, clear on what you're looking for, and stop looking for people. Are you looking for dates?
I'm on dating apps.
Throw them out. Everybody throw out all your dating apps. Throw them out. I'm telling you. Have you ever been in any of the rooms with Patty? Patty is the millionaire matchmaker. She's here on Clubhouse. Have you ever been in any rooms with Patty?
No.
On dating and matchmaking? No. Patty gets in these rooms. I think Patty comes on once a month or something like that. If you want dating, if you want to look for the mate, you get into the room with Patty, millionaire matchmaker. She rips people to shreds that come on stage. She looks at the dude's picture. She's like, dude, you're wearing a lumberjack shirt. Who the fuck is going to date you? Let's marry you. No, clean up your act. Okay, next. When you have a profile picture that actually looks like someone would want to date, then come back and see me. Okay, who's next? Patty. All I do when I hear Patty talking is I just sit in the audience and that's how funny Patty is. She kills them. Like she's just slashing people left and right because she knows she's a master of what she does. And she can spot right off the bat people's issues. Oh my goodness. She just listen to Patty because Patty knows what she's talking about. And these women, when Patty is talking and people together for relationships, Patty is not just trying to set you up for a date. Dating is part of it. Patty is seeing, are you compatible with this person? And she's astounding. She's astounding. And one of the things that Patty talks about is knowing who you are and where you are and knowing if you're a match or not. She had this woman who was a businesswoman, because I have a feeling you might not be with men that are a match. I'll give you an example. She was, hold on a second, check the battery. Okay. She was working with this woman, Jen. And this lady was a businesswoman. She had plenty of money because she hired Patty. So she had plenty of money to find this wonderful, wonderful match, this man that she wanted to be with. Well, the woman was not in shape. She just ate whatever she feel like eating. You know, she was a kind of a plump woman, not really huge, just kind of plump, right? But she wanted somebody that was like fit. And Patty was like, right? Like, okay, how's that gonna work? Okay, so and not to say that a plump woman person, either way, man or woman, that doesn't really exercise is not their thing. They like dining out and whatnot, and she was plump. And the man, she's looking for a fit. You know, she gave all her specifications. Well, Patty told her in one of their conversations, because she was just asking for so much from these men, and she had set her up with 3 dates, and the dudes was like, no. And the girl was like, I don't know, they just don't measure up to me. And so Patty said, where do you think you are on a scale of 1 to 10? She said, I'm an 8. She said, no, you're a 6. She said, no, I'm not. I'm an 8. She said, I'm telling you, you are a 6. I was like, ouch. Like I was feeling it for the lady, but the lady wasn't getting it. She was like, no, I'm a catch. We don't have in our minds a clear self concept. Therefore, we cannot magnetize to ourselves the perfect match for self because we're unclear in here. Now, I'm not saying that because I know you're not overweight or anything like that. What I'm saying is the self concept and the self confidence and the self worth must be so on point in here that you magnetize to yourself. Every man I've ever magnetized to myself was perfect for me in that moment. Never went on no dating apps. One time I went on a dating app, one time, and I was like, this is horrible. I ran out so fast, it was not even funny. I was like, as if life wouldn't put the person in front of me. Oh, trust me, life is going to put the person right smack dab in front of you, right in your face. Life is going to put the person right in your face. I promise you that. Oh, and before, if you're in a silent period of celibacy or with yourself, prepare yourself because that person is coming. And when they come, your whole world is going to flip around. Prepare yourself in the moments in between relationships. Prepare yourself. Be loving to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Develop your self confidence, your gifts, serve humanity. Oh, because when that person comes, you're going to be tested on all those things, not because the person is testing you, because that's how relationships work. So I would say, be still and know. Yes, Jen, be solid within yourself about who you are and what you bring to the table. See, I know I'm a prize, so not too many people can talk to me. They got to be way up here to even talk to me because I'm a prize and I bring a lot, and you're going to get a lot of benefit if you're with me because of who I am. So I have to know you're worthy of that benefit. And until that person shows up, everybody else is a no. Because one of my prevailing principles in my life is if it ain't a hell yeah, it's a no. I'm not an ambiguous person. I'm not well, he's kind of okay. I guess I go, no, it's a no. If it's not a hell yeah, it's a no. Is this helping? What are you hearing? I'm not a relationship expert by any means.
What was that?
I said, and I'm not a relationship and dating expert by any means. I defer to Patty on that one.
Okay. Yeah, it is helpful. And if I do get off the dating apps, then I'll have more time for ascension and other stuff. But yeah, it's hard to, I guess, imagine getting off of them.
Why is that? Do you spend a lot of time on them? How does it flow? How does it work for you in your life on the dating apps?
Yeah, I mean, it does feel fun to go out. I usually go on a date like every weekend, and it does feel fun to like kind of be taken out and stuff, but then it feels bad when it doesn't work. But I didn't find that guy terribly attractive or anything. But I think I still just want them all to like not be like that, be sexual right away.
Then I'm telling you, you don't want a man. If you want a man to not be sexual, that's like saying, I want a woman, but I don't want her to have any womanly qualities. Well, how are you gonna do that?
I want them to be sexual, but I just want them to be like respectful and just wait a while.
Well, you're in charge of how respectful they are to you. You're always in charge of that. Yeah. And you're also in charge of how long you wait. They can talk about it all they like. Just because somebody asks for it, something doesn't mean that they're going to get it. People can ask for whatever they want to ask for. Sure.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they're going to get it.
My sister is Christian and dated a Christian. Her husband is Christian, and when they dated, I'm sure that he didn't like try to push anything with her in the beginning.
Are these people pushing? Or are they just asking? Because there is a difference in those two energies.
I've had some of both, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, because there's a range. There's a suggestive, hey, I'm open if you're open. That's kind of like a flirtation. And then there's the, can we go there? And then there's the pushy, can we go there? Can we go there? Desperate. All there's ranges of energies.
That was my last boyfriend. He like pushed it really hard, like every day on the phone until I just like gave in. It was not good.
Gotcha. So what are the lessons that are here for you in relationships? I see some delicious lessons here.
I'm just holding my boundaries and, I learned with that one, getting off the phone if they're getting into sex talk, and I want to avoid that. And, just really holding on to my boundaries and what I want for myself. It's just like, I've gotten caught up in the sex before, but I really want to just hold off.
Weak boundaries come from unworthiness and unloving thoughts towards self. Because the more we love ourselves, the more we value ourselves, the better our boundaries are and the firmer we hold them. And a secret about boundaries, they're invisible. They're unspoken in words. If you have to tell someone what your boundaries are, you don't have boundaries. People know your boundaries when they approach you. It's in your being. It's in your essence. Your care of yourself, your love of yourself, your confidence in yourself, your radiating energy, your radiation tells them before they even approach you how to approach you. Oh, this is a goddess. And men don't think that in their heads. Oh, this is a goddess. I got to come correct. Okay, let me think about, and men are strategic. Let me think about how I'm going to approach this. Oh, yeah. All of that, men respecting you, goddesses, you are in charge of men respecting you. They're taking it from your energy. Yes? The men in my life, they practically worship me. I'm telling you, the men in and there's not one man in my life. I could probably list off 7 to 10 men that if I called them right now, they would jump and do whatever needed to be done. I love masculine energy. I love it. Because a goddess never has to do anything with men around. Sometimes I'm on a plane, I'm like, where are the men to do this? Like, I don't want to lift this bag. And then I just look around for some men. Men are wonderful. I love the divine masculine. It's very useful, very utilitarian, very get it done, strategic, going to get it. I wish more light workers would take on more of their yang energy and embrace their yang energy. Is your divine feminine, divine masculine within yourself? Are they in love with each other? That's the question too that I'm hearing.
What was that?
Inside ourselves, as you'll see in the lessons, because you're an Ascension Gen, so in the later lessons in the Mystery School and the 40 Foundations lessons of the Mystery School, you'll see that we have in their conversations the law. It's coming up in lessons 3 through 9 about the law of gender, the masculine and the feminine. And within everything is divine masculine and divine feminine, within everything. Regardless of how you present on the third dimension, the energy of divine and masculine, feminine, divine masculine, divine feminine is in everything. It's law of gender. And with our divine feminine, divine masculine within ourselves, the question is, are they in harmony, honoring each other, respecting each other, and aligned within? That would be a no.
Oh, you're asking me if my feminine and masculine are aligned?
Yes.
Oh, I've been working towards more. I've been in like a lot of feminine energy type groups and got more into that in the past few years. So I am not sure.
I would start there. I'm hearing from Spirit to start there within with a marriage. Have you ever married yourself?
No.
Do you want to get married?
Yes.
Okay. You want to get married? You want to have this beautiful, loving, lasting relationship?
Yes.
Have you written it all out yet?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. And you have it clear in mind what you're looking for. The vision is very clear.
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. Now, go within and marry yourself. Because who would want to marry somebody that don't want to even marry themselves? Did you marry yourself? Go within, yes. And you can have a ceremony. As a matter of fact, Dr. Nanetta Payne, she's an incredible. She's also a therapist. Dr. Nanetta Payne, she wrote this incredible book. Dr. Nanetta Payne, I'm going to bring her up. And Dr. Nanetta Payne is an incredible being on the planet. Oh, wait a minute. This is, there she is, Dr. Nanetta Payne. And go to drnanettapayne.com. And Dr. Nanetta Payne is this incredible being who wrote a book about self-love. And she also is about marrying yourself. Now, Dr. Nanetta Payne was the one who spoke about giving retreats in which you marry yourself. You have a whole wedding. You have a full-blown wedding. You get the dress, the flowers, the venue, everything you would do if you had a groom. And this is, I think, for everyone who wants to marry themselves. You could do it in your backyard. You could do it in your bathroom. You can do it with your bathtub. You can do it in a sacred ceremony. You can do it on a beach, and you marry yourself. You align your own divine masculine, divine feminine within yourself. You see, you're setting up the whole relationship within yourself. You have this beautiful union within yourself. Because how can you be in union with someone if you're not in union within yourself with yourself? Yes? Oh, I forgot to add it to the stream. I was showing Dr. Nanetta Payne. Now I'll show Dr. Nanetta Payne on the screen. Okay, so the key is that the Course said today, we can't give something we don't have. So if we don't have divine union, how can we bring divine union and create a divine union? It must begin within. Yes, Jen? How does that sound?
Yeah. What does it look like to have a balance of feminine and masculine?
Well, it's a good question. I wouldn't say to have a balance of them, because balance, even though I'm the Libra scales and my essence is about balance, this is not about balance. This is about union and harmony. See, balance is 50-50. I'm trying to keep my scales perfectly balanced, and Libras are always trying to do that. It's sometimes to our detriment. We're always trying to make everything so balanced and so equal and so even, and we're equalizers and we're negotiators and we want everybody to get along. We like equanimity, all that kind of stuff, because that all comes with the scales. Yeah, this
I'm a
is
Libra too.
you're Libra too?
Yeah.
Amazing. That's how come we get along. Amazing. Amazing. Well, you know how we have that tendency, Jen, how we like things to be balanced, and we like things to be balanced, right? This is beyond balance. This goes to harmony. This is about union. For you, this is, thank you, Spirit. This is the Lovers card. Let me pull up the Lovers. Divine union and harmony. That's what this is. This is divine union and divine harmony. The Lovers. This is a match sanctioned by heaven. The Lovers. So that's what you are going for. You're going for divine, and you don't have to know how to do it, because it's not a logical head exercise. Heart is heart union. It's yin yang. It's, hold on, I got something to show you. If you're looking at YouTube. Okay. So if you're looking at YouTube, I'm holding up right now a yin yang. And as you can see, I saw this yesterday in the store. It was so cute. It was like a little head thing for this little wisp of hair I have at the top of my head. And if you look at the yin yang, you see that, let me polish this up a little bit. So if you look at it, you see that there is the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And inside the feminine is the masculine. I'm getting my nails done today, so family, please don't look at my nails right now. Inside the divine masculine is the divine feminine. And inside the feminine is the masculine. Does everyone see that? That is the nature of yin yang. It's harmonized. See, it's harmonized. It's perfectly harmonized. Isn't that beautiful? Yes, union and harmony. Yes, Sylvia, I love it. Sylvia, I love your comments. I've just been following along. So loving, so much love on there. I love that. So that's what it's about, Jen. Union, harmony. Harmony means it flows well together, plays well together, not like oil and water. Plays well together, flows well together. We're two salmon, and either we're both going upstream, because that's what salmon do, or maybe we're in a lazy river ride and we're both riding downstream and we're holding hands, and he's on his raft and you're on your raft. Or you want to have a salmon trying to fly upstream and somebody trying to go downstream. That's not harmonized. Yes, are we in harmony with what we're doing? Are we going the same direction? Not to the same destination. People have different destinies. Are we going there together? We're not doing the same thing all the time. We're not thinking the same thing all the time. Are we harmonized? Are we supporting each other? Are we loving each other? Are we flowing together? Flowing. And then if the flow gets a little off, oh, the flow's off. Yeah, the flow's off for me too. Okay, let's get the flow. Let's get this boat back flowing again. And then flowing, right? How does that feel?
I like the idea of harmony. I was thinking about how I met a couple guys in person a couple weeks ago, but I didn't like either of them. I wasn't like attracted to either of them. But what else was I thinking about? Yeah, I was thinking also about earlier about how, yeah, I guess when they're just sexual early on, it makes me feel like they think I'm not worthy or good enough for a relationship. You know, like they're not afraid of losing me. That's one of the things that they say. Like I did this thing called the rules I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's like the rules for dating.
Yeah, the book.
And,
There's a book
yeah.
about it and all that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of women in there talk about, you know, how if they kind of say sexual things early on, it's like they're not really afraid of losing you potentially, you know.
Very interesting. I don't know how I would say eat the meat and spit out the bones, because I have read it. I think I even have the book. I also have the book of Why Men Marry Bitches, because I wanted to know that, because a lot of men,
I like that one.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Yet, and there's something above that. Like it depends on what level you want to deal on. If you want to deal on third dimensional level, you know, male, female dynamics, okay. There's always a higher octave you can reach. So if you want to go to cosmic and have cosmic relationships, a lot of these things will start to fall out the window, because a lot of my cosmic relationships, most of my closest relationships, the people are not in my physical presence at all. And we're connected like this. Can't be not connected. They're not in my physical presence at all, which is very fascinating. I would have never believed that you could have so much non-local love, because I'm a very touchy-feely person. I like being, you know, around people and, you know, that. I learned non-local love is wonderful. They call them long-distance relationships. That's not accurate. There's no such thing as distance. And there's no such thing as long distance. Quantum physics has taught us that two subatomic particles that they separate, and we're going to talk about this at 222, two different places, they instantaneously do the same thing. I bet you if we looked at the man who is coded for you, because there is a man that's coded for you, and then probably a lot of these things might go out the window. Some will stay. Some will. We have to be willing to let things go out the window so that we can learn and be present to the person we're with, and not bring all our rules to the person we're with. Yes, because the course just did a great job, right, in the first few days of wiping out all the meaning from our minds. So we don't want to go on a date filled with meaning, so that we can see who the person really is for who they really are, right? Jen, this man, I see him. And in 6 months, you're going to meet him. I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready. And he won't be on a dating site. You're going to meet him in such a normal way. I'm seeing a Whole Foods. Do you go to like a Whole Foods or to like a what about Whole Foods? You saw him already in Whole Foods?
No, I go to Whole Foods, yeah.
Did you see him already? Is he in there or something?
Oh no, I don't know.
Okay, I'm telling you, this man, you're going to meet him in such an ordinary way that, are you all hearing me okay?
Jen setting up camp inside of Whole Foods.
But this is the whole thing. You can't be looking